Oh, slow living can be life-giving, although we might disagree. If most our lives are lived in black and white, it makes the gray so hard to see. The same old people, the same old steeples on every corner for half a mile. But nothing changes, and ain't it strange that we didn't notice as a child that slow living can be life-giving, although we might disagree. If most our lives are lived in black and white, it makes the gray so hard to see. Living in a dry state where we all say grace, buying liquor on a Sunday across the county lines, where the raindrops rolling off the rooftops, making the clock stop for just a little while. Oh, slow living can be life-giving, although we might disagree. If most our lives are lived in black and white, it makes the gray so hard to see. Sitting on the porch
Yeah, the gang.
in the town where we met after the sun set
È un film?
on a Friday night. Southern fireflies lighting up the night sky. Lucky to realize one more time.
Tutte?
Siamo una gang.
That's can be life-giving, although we might disagree. If most our lives are lived in black and white, it makes the gray so hard to see. It makes the gray so hard to see.
prepararsi per marzo, ragazzi.
Just sai.
Hello, welcome. This is the first video of 2025. I'm a bit sick, so apologies for the voice and I'm gonna cough, but it's fine. It's part of the human experience, I guess. And happy 2025. I hope you had wonderful celebrations. I shared some of our time up in the north of Italy. We're back home now, and I just want to give you a little update when it comes to my projects, my knitting projects, and yeah, looking around to kind of gather my thoughts. I had a wonderful time, magical time up in the north of Italy. We hung out with my parents and then my sister and some friends, and it was just very magical for me. We're home now, as I said, and I feel quite sick. Mika was sick all the time when we were on the Alps in my mom's cabin, so he had it rough, but he rested and we were warm. Nice place, and yeah, so no worries, we're taking care of ourselves. Okay, let's dive into the knitting. I'm planning to film maybe today or tomorrow. We'll see how I feel. I'm a little bit reluctant to film everything I knitted in 2024. So I'm not gonna film everything I knitted in 2024. I'm gonna film a video about all my favorite knits of 2024. And yeah, so stay tuned for that video. But let's dive into what I've been knitting during this holiday. And I felt that I haven't knitted a lot, but I feel that I made some progress. Let's say there's a project there, I'm looking at it. Okay, so when I was preparing my knitting bag, what to bring on vacation with me, I chose to bring some Drops Alpaca Silk, which is this yarn. It's really like soft and fluffy. I've knitted a jumper with it, holding it together with another fingering weight yarn, and so I brought a sweater quantity of that color and other colors together to create like a sweater or a cardigan. So I had some yarn if I wanted to cast on something new for New Year's Eve, for example. It's kind of a tradition for me. I had the yarn, and my sister gifted me 3 skeins of this really colorful yarn. It felt like the colors of the flag of Italy, or very, festive colors. I'll share a little video. It's like a bright green and a bright red and a white. And so I had also that yarn if I wanted to play with maybe some color work or making accessories. So I had, let's say, something to work with, let's say. But I also brought with me this project, which is, I thought it would be, at the beginning I thought it would be my Christmas jumper, but then I didn't finish it in time for Christmas. And then I was like, then it's going to be my New Year's Eve jumper, but it wasn't. And I've been working on it slowly, and I'm in love with it. I love that I've done this split hem situation with this broken rib at the bottom hem, and the bottom hem of the back is longer than the front. I'm not sure I'm showing it to you properly, but yeah, I've been loving this, and I'm knitting the first sleeve, and yeah, it's coming along nicely. I'm glad I didn't frog it because it fits really well. I knitted it quite long, so it's not like a cropped sweater. And I didn't say it in the beginning, this is a self-drafted pattern. I came up with it. It's just, it's my own design. So you won't find kind of this design anywhere, I guess. And I'm not planning to write a pattern, at least not right now. My life, yeah, it's not the time to write patterns for me, I guess. Okay, so I have been knitting this with Drops Nepal held together with the silk mohair. And it's my first time using this yarn. It's a commercial yarn. I think it's a alpaca and wool blend. It has more wool than alpaca, but it's quite similar to Drops Lima, which I used in the past. And I really like this yarn, I have to say it. I love it. It's a worsted weight yarn, and it's super soft and consistent, and it has a good price. So I'll knit with it in the future. I have another project planned with that yarn that I'll talk about it very soon. But I love it. It's a bit wrinkly because it's been standing in that bag, but it's coming along nicely, and it hugs my body. It's not like oversized. It barely has any positive ease, probably like a couple of centimeters. And that's what I like on this one. So we're happy overall with that project. Then with the yarn that my sister gifted me, this white one, it's like a merino yarn. Let me see. This is the yarn. It's called Essential Soft Merino. Made in Italy, 50 grams, 100 meters, Aran, extra fine, super wash. But it's mucilin free. She was like, I bought you these colors to challenge you because you would never pick them up. And it's true. They are not really my colors. I mean, I feel that this is beautiful, and the red too, but I prefer to knit with more like autumnal colors and more heathery yarns, I guess. But this is nice too. So I decided to cast on with the white a headband. And it's a super simple headband. I just cast it on 40 stitches with 4mm needles, or yeah, I think it's 4. And I just knit it in a round like a tube, and I'm gonna knit it like around, basically, that it will be good for my head. Couldn't find the right words. And then I'll fold it and do a little twist at the front. And yeah, I can't wait to have this done because I really want a headband to kind of protect my ears. I don't wear hats. So yes, and talking about hats, I think last time that I shared a video, I was casting this off. This is a hood. This is the My Josie hood, and I love this. I've been wearing it all the time when I was in the mountains and it was snowing, and yeah, I love it. This is a hood, so it's perfect for me. It doesn't squeeze my head like a hat, and it has this extra fabric around the neck, so it's basically like a scarf, and I just wear it down like this, and if there is extra wind and it's extra cold, I just put the hood up and I'm set. So let me get the charger for my camera. So yes, I'm really happy with this project. I have to say that this is a lot of knitting. It's not like a hat, it's not like a little scarf. It's kind of like, I would say, the same amount of knitting as a shawl, but it's a super simple pattern. It's a garter stitch pattern, so you just knit forth and back, you do some increases, you pick up some stitches, but it's super easy and I highly recommend it. And yeah, you need 600, I think, meters of yarn, worsted weight or Aran way yarn, and you're good to go. It's quite big and cozy, and it has these nice I-cord straps or I-cords like that you can tie on front, and I just love it. I knit it as part of a little knit along that me and my group came up with. Melissa came up with it, I have to say, and it's the Basic Bees knit along, I guess. And yeah, we're all knitting like a hood. Some of them were knitting the Sophie hood by Petite Knit. Some of us was knitting the Josie hood, or my Josie hood. Okay, so moving on. Happy with that project. I think it's my favorite project when it comes to shawls right now, at least shawls and hats, because it combines both, and it's perfect. It's perfect. So I'm really happy. I finished it before going up there so I could use it, and I literally had it on all the time. Okay, let's talk about my New Year's Eve cast on. Me and my group, again, I have a wonderful group over WhatsApp called the Wild Allies, where we share our joys and struggles and our projects, and we're all knitters from all over the world. I love them so much. And some of us wanted to knit, I wanted to knit again, the Loom Pullover by Sarit Nordlund. And so we decided to do a knit along and start in January. And I still haven't received the rest of my yarn, so I'm waiting, but I'll cast it on as soon as I receive the yarn. And yeah, so they started that, and I wanted to have that as the cast on project for New Year's Eve, but I didn't have the yarn, so I cast it on something else, and I'm really happy with this. This is again a self-drafted pattern. I know I've been self-drafting quite a lot. I just love it, to do that. It just, you know, my creativity, when my creativity flows, I must follow it, I guess. So this is knitted with Drops Alpaca Silk, which is this absolutely gorgeous and soft fluffy yarn. And I'm using 3 colors. I'm using this dark kind of rust brown color, don't remember, but you can see it on the website, and then this apricot, and then this cream color. And yes, it's a cardigan and it's knitted flat, and I'm doing color work. Magic. No, I'm just doing the color work only on the right side where I can work with two strands of, two colors, one on my left and one on my right hand. And then on the wrong side, I just use another color or the main color or whatever. And so it creates this super basic kind of color work motif, but I really like it, and overall it's coming along quite nicely. I separated for the sleeves already, and I'm just gonna knit around and see. And the neckline, the button band is kind of this 1x1 ribbed button band, super simple. And the neckline, I think I'll just knit kind of like a long 1x1 ribbed neckline that will just kind of fold and open on my shoulder and on the front. But I'll show you as I move on with this project, as I proceed, how to say, continue knitting on it. I love it a lot. I love that it has my favorite colors for this year. I predict, but I don't want to set it in stone, that these are going to be the colors that I'm gonna knit a lot with this year. This kind of like rust and this cream or like whites as well. Yeah, I think it's gorgeous. And then after this dark rust color here, I'm gonna do the white and one little, now I blanked out, but another kind of section like this, but with this apricot color, and I'm gonna continue with this section but with apricot color in between, right? Does that make sense? I'll show you as I work on it. Really happy with this. Okay, yesterday since we were a bit sick, both me and Mike, I was really catching up with some friends that have YouTube channels, like Merja, for example. I love her channel. Anything by Merja, I think is you pronounce her name. I apologize if I'm not pronouncing your name correctly, but she has this beautiful channel. She lives in the Swedish forest with her boyfriend Philip, and I love her. She's a wild ally as well, and she's been knitting the loom pullover, and she published the Everything I Knitted in 2024 episode. Check it out. I love it. And she knitted a little secret summer crop by Jessie May Design, and you know many of you know that I love ripple bralettes and those secret summer top by Jessie May Design. So I decided to cast on one for me, inspired by her. She has one that she's been using a lot, and it's kind of her favorite top. So I was like, I want another one. And here it is. It looks quite small, but it isn't. It stretches a lot once you wear it. And I didn't cast on that pattern. I just casted on the amount of stitches that I prefer. I've knitted the ripple bralette countless times, so I kind of modify it and do my own thing. So it's no longer basically a ripple bralette, but it's inspired. So I think I casted on 138 stitches. I don't remember, and then I did 3x2 ribbing, so knit 3, purl 2. That's what I like the most. And loving this so much. And I'm using a yarn that I thrifted, that I found secondhand on Vinted, and I think I'll use 2 skeins maybe, or 1.5 for this ripple bralette or this top, and then the rest I'll make a poncho out of it. That's my plan. But it's this beautiful, I love the color. The yarn is just super basic, I would say. But the color is truly my jam. It's this beautiful rust color. And this is Gomitolo Iva Serie Oro. Pure virgin wool. And is 50 grams, 163 meters. And the color is 20. I don't really understand the brand, but I don't know. It's a super basic woolly yarn, basically. I don't know if it's merino, but basic yarn. But it's wool, 100% wool. And yeah, I really love it. I wanted to knit like a cardigan with that, but I think I'm just gonna make a poncho or something like that. And I'm really happy to have another ripple bralette or top, crop top in this color. I am wearing actually one. I'm wearing like a long knitted dress that I made more than a year ago, and I'm wearing underneath a ripple bralette as usual. This is constantly, is my bra, is my undergarment, is a part of me. So I want to have another one, and I want to have more ripple bralettes in kind of an animal based fiber, maybe blended together with a plant-based fiber, because I found out that it just creates the perfect fabric and I don't have to wash it as often. So yes, I guess we're done with my update, knitting update. These are the things that I've been working on, and I gifted some knits to my mom and my sister, but that's it, and Mika. So yeah, I will catch up with you soon. I'll film my favorite knits in 2024 soon. And thank you so much for joining me once again. I hope you will have a wonderful, healthy, and abundant 2025. See you soon.